Let me tilt this camera down a little bit. If you hear a humming in the background, I have like a tiny heater next to me. Because when I was setting up, well, my studio office that I record in is like in my basement, and the only place I can set up my PC where it's not like where it has easy access to like a second monitor and like a desk space with all my consoles and shit is like right under an air vent. And so when the heat or AC comes on, it blows right onto my mic and you can hear it. So I moved my mic forward and then I covered the air vent above my head with like a bunch of pillows. So it dampens the sound. But the problem is, now it's really cold. So to solve this problem, I got a tiny heater, put it next to me, and I'm like, okay, this kind of solves the issue. Sort of. Is it dumb? Yes. Do I care? No. Anyway. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I don't know why this is defaulting to 20 all the time. I never set it to 20, but sure. Whatever. Hope everyone's doing good today. Okay, so we want to go and let you know the DLC comes out around 7 p.m. tomorrow if you want to play. 7 p.m. tomorrow? I haven't beaten the main story yet, so I can't play the DLC anyway. I didn't think about that when you asked me before, but I'm pretty sure you have to beat the main story to play the DLC, so I probably shouldn't. Yeah. I have to beat the game before I can play the DLC. I haven't even beaten the game yet, but it's fine. I probably wasn't going to buy it day one anyway, so I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll hope you have a good stream. Gotta get to bed and return to the month. Ugh. Gross. Yes, please let me know how the DLC is once you play it. And I'll send you the leaked megas. Cool. Very cool, very cool. No, this doesn't work. I gotta come up with, Moss gave me an idea the other day and I gotta come up with it. Good night. It was funny the other day on stream, I joked that I would do the penny flipping emote for Moss and I would make it a paid emote, and as it turns out, I would have to because you can't do animated emotes for free. So that's fun. Didn't know that was serious, but I guess it is. Yeah, because all the standard follower emotes, they're just like static emotes. But once you do it's once you sub at tier 1, that's when you can get animated stuff. And then like bits don't even get the other stuff. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, I found that out recently, and I thought you guys would enjoy that information. Let me see if I can just write this out in a fun way, just to... Because I want to do, like, bubble letters for it. Hang on. The bubble letters are the hard part. Typesetting. Never been my strong suit. There we go. So we'll move it up here. We'll move this guy down a little bit. Shrink him down. And then we'll go on top of it and just go like... Zoop. Anyway, yeah. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. I doubt anybody will actually see this stream, but... I am happy to do it regardless. Thank you for all the support on my birthday weekend, guys. Everybody who's new, just coming out to my channel. Really appreciate that. Why did I do that again? Stupid, silly goose. Flip. Anyway, I do have some ideas for stuff that I want to do for you guys for emotes that are pretty cool and fun. This is not necessarily one of them, but I have one. But I do have an idea for this emote. I got it from Moss, so I thought it was cool. I'm just gonna map the exact head shape here. Dun 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 dun. God, I've had this soundtrack on my PC for a while. I love Unova Pokemon music, it's so good. I was so disappointed to hear that they're apparently not doing Generation 5 remakes in Generation 10. Like, we're not getting them this gen. We're getting them next gen. Or eventually. Basically, the idea is that the Pokemon Company is afraid to do them because BDSP was such a monumental fuck-up. And they did not expect it to go over as poorly as it did. So now they don't know what they want to do with Gen 5. And they're scared. They're scared of Generation 5 of Pokemon. And I can understand why. We are a vocal bunch. We don't exactly mince words when it comes to things. Because we're the best generation. No, I'm kidding. I was right initially. It looks better the way I had it. Banana, banana. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Blum 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 blum. I know what to give him. I gotta think of a face. I've got to think up a good face. What? Why? Oh. Okay. So... Good shout. TV. D. T. No, boop. Oh, wait, maybe I do it like that. Hold on. Control D. Okay. And then we go... Zoop. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Duplicate that, transform it, flip it, pull it over here. Boop. Please allow me to fulfill a contractual obligation. Cha-ching! Perfect, we got it. We got it, baby. Right on the money shot. Shift click through all of these and delete them. We don't need them anymore. Alright, let's get to the fun stuff. Just making an emote real quick for all of you non-subs out there, of which there are many. We're almost at 300, actually. 300 followers. Not 300 subs, though. That comes later. It's funny that he's got the dollar signs in his eyes, because you literally are giving me like a nickel. If that. I think I made 13 cents on a like 3.5 hour long stream once. Which is fine. I don't do it for the money, but I do find it funny that like people think, oh, you know, streaming, oh, such an easy job. I'm like, I mean, it is if you're successful at it. If you're just like a startup streamer like me, you know, you don't really make the bingo bucks like the big dogs do. Doesn't work that way, kid. You either gotta be popular or controversial. There is no in between. If you're like a normal person, you're probably playing the wrong game. But I do it for the love of the game, so I don't care. Regardless, I do appreciate the ad revenue. I'm glad that on Twitch I can get paid for my work. When I streamed on YouTube, I streamed there for a long, long time, and I never got a cent. I never got anything from them. They never gave me anything. Oh, wait a second. Why don't I just do it in black, but then invert the color later of the line art? Boosh. Perfect. Anyway, those of you watching this later, if you were here over the weekend, thank you, first of all, for the crazy Gartic stream. I'm starting to think I gotta do more of these, like, more what I considered before to be niche streams, because I mean, like, every time we play Gartic, it always does pretty well. and everybody seems to have a good time. And that's always my goal, is to create, like, since I'm a live content provider, I want to create a live experience that's fun and engaging. You know, like, if I play games with my friends, I want it to be funny, I want it to be entertaining. If I'm streaming something like this, I want it to be relaxing, I want it to be something you can put on, do some homework, maybe ask a few questions in chat, and just chill out, you know, have a good time. And if you're watching this as a VOD, like for the VOD heads, you know, I put on like lo-fi music in the background and just want you to be able to chill, just have a nice night, you know, or day. I don't know when you're watching this, but, you know, if you're watching it at all, there you go. Now you get it. And I mostly do the drawing streams for me anyway. And they're not permanently moving to Monday, by the way. I want to make that clear. They are not, let me be clear. My fellow Americans, they are not permanently moving to Monday. It just so happens that these past 2 Mondays have been easier for me to do them on than on Sunday, so I just was like, I'm lazy and I don't feel like putting in a little extra work for it, so I'm just gonna do it now. So I did it on Sunday instead. Or on Monday instead, you know, instead of doing it on Sunday night. Which works better for me sometimes. Boop, boop, boop. Bush. Bushed. Yeah, but I just want to give you the best experience I can. So that's why I do the things the way I do them. If you're a Dispatch fan, we're going to be finishing that up this week. Not a lot of people come out to those streams. I've noticed anyway, which, again, fine. Not a big deal. Not trying to complain. I just realized it the other day. I was like, oh, not a lot of my audience really vibed with this one. Good to know. Because it hasn't really done well on YouTube either, so I'm like, oh, well, you know, guess this ain't it. Which, I'll tell you a secret, that's kind of how I do things, is I just figure out what you guys vibe with, and I'm like, okay, well, if this did well, I'll do more of this. If it didn't, I won't. But I like that game. I think it's the best game of the year. I've had a lot of fun with it, but as I realized, I was like, well, a lot of bigger creators play it, and I am a smaller content creator, so I'm probably not the first person you saw play the game. That's the tough part, is like finding a way to stand out from the crowd is the hardest part of being a streamer, or content creator in general, I would argue, in my opinion. Like, even for like the Instagram side, like just doing like art and stuff, I have struggled to find that happy middle ground where it's like, oh yeah, you know. I've struggled to find that point where things all just kind of line up. And I'm like, yeah, you know, people are interested in watching me. The biggest streams I get are like Gartic Phone and stuff like that, and that's great. I love that. But since it's the biggest thing we've got, you know, it is definitely a bit more like tough to do it, because I like doing Gartic Phone, but it is a tough one to schedule. Like, Locke has never been to an episode, and he's like, now he says I don't really like Gartic Phone. I'm like, oh, so you've been actively avoiding it. No, but he's never been to one. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked that, you know, more of my friends don't want to do them. Mariah, though, she's always dependable, and she loves doing them with me, so she'll always be my co-host for those, regardless of... Come hell or high water, she and I will just keep doing those together because we love the game, you know? It's fun. We get to sit down and doodle things with people. It's just fun. Speaking of doodling things, Sonic Thursdays is going to probably be either a double-up stream this week or moved to Friday, because Kat, one of our mutual friends of the channel, is doing a stream series with Mariah, like a little art course class thing. I don't know how to describe it. I should have asked Mer before I started streaming, hey, how should I describe the stuff that you do with Kat? But she's doing that, and I am going to be in this episode drawing with them, so I'm very excited about that. And since that's the case, I obviously won't be available to just go full hog on Crossworlds. I will, however, be playing Crossworlds, just not like first thing. It'll probably be that we do the stuff with Mariah and Kat, and then we do Crossworlds immediately thereafter, if we do it the same day. If we don't do it the same day, then we'll probably do Crossworlds like Friday night. No, instead of Peak or something like that. We'll just sub it out for Crossworlds and we'll play that instead. Which I'm 100% okay with, because I love playing Crossworlds. I mean, Peak is one of my favorite games too, but I mean, I'm a Sonic diehard. You know, I am the Sonic guy of our group. It's like, the Sega stuff is my thing. It's just a fact. Like, Sega stuff in general. Niche Sega knowledge. Hell, for my birthday, not Jordan Goodman, but the other Jordan in our community, our little powwow here, got me a Japanese Sega Saturn. It's sitting right there. Doesn't work right now, but we're gonna get it fixed up. It'll be working again in no time. That's perfect. My little Grimbly, my little Scrimblow, he's beautiful. So we'll move one of the follower emotes into the sub tier 1 emotes category, and we'll just put this guy in the follower emotes because he makes more sense. Right. We do that. Give him one of these. One of these actions here. Some of this, and some of that. And some of this, and some of that. Give this a little shadow here. That is totally the Avengers theme that he snuck into that little remix. It totally is. I know it. I know that song. That da 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 da. It's the same shit. I know that song. I think this was a Silva Gunner remix, so I mean it's fine. But I just thought it was funny that I didn't notice it right away when I installed the sound pack, and I was like, oh, wait a second, this is really funny. Clipping, filter, hue. Perfect. Oh, that actually looks good. Yeah, nice. In case this fucks up. I don't want to bung my boost here. Not too early anyway. Gaussian blur. Boop. Add another Gauss blur to it. That looks great. And we'll call that ads.png. Oh, yo, what's good, Jordan Goodman? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm adding a new emote for you guys. Well, considering this one hasn't really been used much, but this one has. I'm gonna pull this one. I got a new emote for you. Boop! then we'll take... Move you. We'll add, no, we don't want to upload one. We want you to go in tier 1. We want to remove you from that slot and then add, damn it. And then add you to tier 2. Oh, that covers the tier 2 slots. Okay. That should be all good now. Okay. Fuse be getting rich is straight up penny pinching. Actually, this emote was Moss's idea. He pitched it last during the Risk of Rain stream we did on Saturday. So now, if ads are running on the channel, you can just do this. If you're getting an ad, bam! Ta-da! That's a cute little one. I made it. It's funny. I like it. I now no longer need all of these, so we can just get rid of those. Nor do I need this. Add folder. We'll call you ads. Baba booey. And we'll drag all of you guys in there. That's the newest emote. Ta-da! So now we have total, the emotes we have left to make are tier 3 and then the 3 bits tier emotes. We gotta get rid of all the bits emotes. And then we should have... well, and then we have to do the animated ones, but that's a whole different shtick. But anyway. I better save now that I've done that. Cool. That's the cool thing about these, is I can get them done pretty quick. It only took me half an hour to do that whole emote. I don't need to put a ton of brain power into it to get them done. I did have an idea for one, though. There was this YouTube video I watched the other day of a guy showing, like, how to do a simple, like, Shadow the Hedgehog skating animation. I'm gonna think about replacing our follower widget on Streamlabs and do, like, a custom one of the little chibi version of Fuse running, because I think it would be kind of cool. Either that or I'll switch out the bits one for that, because we don't have anything for bits right now. I didn't know that we didn't have anything for bits until I found out, but it's pretty funny. Stop doing that. Yeah, on a black background, that looks really good. Okay, what else? What else is a good idea for an emote? I gotta come up with one more static emote. Just the one. Oh, well, I have to come up with 4, but the subscription tier ones, I only have to come up with 1, so I gotta think of a good one. Right now, I'd say the best ones we have are the dead emote, the shy emote, and the yippee that Moss did, so I have to come up with something really good for tier 3. I'm gonna post my grades on Discord, BRB. Okay, cool. You don't have to close that. Never mind. Silly me. Dun 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 dun. I gotta think. What's a good one? There was... I mean, there are quite a few options. I just have to come up with a really clever one for tier 3. Like, something good for tier 3. Dun 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 dun. Bing bing bong. Bing 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 bong. Bing bong. Bing bingity bing. Bing bong. Bing 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 bing. Bing bong. Bing bing bingity bong. Bingity bong. Bingity bong. Bing 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 bingity bing bing bong. Bing bing bong. Bing bong. Bing bing bong. Hey, nice job, man. A's all around, Jordan Goodman. Nice job. Nice job, man. These are cool. I wonder if you're the... No. No, you're not. That's fucking huge, dude. 93 in comp. Nice. Nice. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. What did I should look for my old report cards and see if I still have my grades from high school. Dude, I fucking crushed comp. Comp was my shit. Comp and what was it? Literature. I did like college lit. I did 4 fucking English credits just in high school. It was crazy. For college. Ugh. I haven't thought about that in a long time. It was fun though. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I like that idea. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Absolute chinema. Actually, I am gonna use the head of this one. Oh no. Z. Control C, Control V. Boom. We'll make this like really thin. We don't need that much. My creative writing 1 class isn't there anymore because I already completed it. Passed with 100. Nice job, my boy. Boy. Read it, boy. That's what I want to do. Trying to make emotes you guys will actually use. How do the thumbs point on that? Oh, they point in. Two, 3, 4, 5. Absolute cinema. Flip. Flop. Nah, this one kind of sucks. I don't like it. It seems derivative, and I'm not a fan of derivative for the emotes. I gotta come up with something good. Oh, what's a good one? I gotta come up with something cool! Something fucking cool! Fuck! It's William Fancy, son. Sorry. Whew, it's been a long day. But I'm glad that you got such good grades this semester, dude. Well done. You are in college, right? I feel bad for forgetting, but my brain is slow, okay? It's been a while since we talked about it. You are in college, though. I think. Yes, I am in college. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not crazy. All right, cool. Because there's like a handful of people in our little community here that are still in school, and I can't remember where all of them are at necessarily all the time. You know, I know, like some of them are some of you guys are still in high school, and some of you guys are not, and it's like, okay, I gotta keep track. I am in community college. That's a great way to start, dude. That's where I started. I never got my associate's degree. Or my, well, I was never going for it anyway, to be fair. I was going to get an animation certificate and then go on to university. But I didn't get to finish it because there's this dickhead professor. Well, I don't know if he's a dickhead or not. Like, I only know him from, like, one little bit of a reputation where he only offers the final 2 classes I need to pass my animation certificate program at the exact times that I work. Like, he does Monday and Wednesday, he does storyboarding from like 4 to 6 p.m. And Tuesday and Thursday, he does cartooning from 4 to 6 p.m. I will be graduating from mine in May of 26. Nice, dude. Hype. You gonna go to a university after that, or a state school or whatever? That's what I did. I didn't go to like a Harvard or anything. I went to a state university. But he only offered it from 4 to 6 p.m. and he was like, and you have to be there in person. I was like, oh, great. So I could be in class for an hour every single day, except for Thursday. Thursday, I could be there the entire duration. And that's it. I would be able to basically go Thursday and no other day. I plan on working for a bit afterwards. Fair. How come? You don't want to get your bachelor's? Because I'll be honest, dude. I know plenty of people who did that, and they get stuck. And then they don't go back. I'm not trying to make you worried. I'm just saying, think about that before you make that decision. Plenty of people do that. Is it like because school's too much for you, or is it just because you want to make some money? So if you want to make some money, you can work and go to school. I did. I have something stuck under my fingernail. I can't get it out. I do. I just want some work experience. That's fine. So what I did when I was in school is I would just work during the summer breaks. Is what I would do. So I went to university in the spring and the fall. And then in the summer, and like over the Christmas break, because weirdly at university, Christmas break was like long, like very, very long for some reason at the school I went to. It was like 4 weeks or 5? It was fucking ridiculous. Like, we finished finals on my birthday, the first semester I was there, and then I was just off until like the 3rd week of January. I think it was 5 weeks. I think it was 5 weeks that we were off for. Of course, I moved back like shortly before that period was up because they let you, but it was nuts. It was like, why is this gap so long? I suppose they want you to like rest and recoup, but like, it's like, damn, dude, you don't need to give me that big of a break. It did suck though. That did ruin my birthday that year. But then we went back to, then we would go back and we'd basically work. But what I would do, what I did, and this, I don't know if I'd recommend this course of action, but I did it because I thought it was the best way to go, is I would work, so I would work through the summer and the big-ass winter gap for some reason. And then in the summer gap, I would take summer classes at community college while I was at university, because I was fortunate enough that the school that I went to for community college, a lot of their credits transferred. So for my degree, I needed like a painting credit, and I needed a oh shit, what was the other one? It was painting and oh, this is gonna kill me. It was painting and what did I take while I was in paint? Oh yeah. That's right. Painting and life drawing. I originally went to university in my freshman year, but I was bad at time management and I got homesick. So I came back home and just relaxed and helped my family for the rest of the school year for 24 and 25. I transferred to a community college, so that's my story. Well, I mean, that sucks, but I feel like that's something you can teach yourself. See, like, I don't want to sound pushy, because I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you, like, my experience. Though, I do think you made the right call, because I wouldn't recommend... A lot of people just are like, oh, I'm going to go to university right away. I'm not going to go do anything else before then. You found out pretty damn quickly that's a mistake. Because you lose that safety net, right? You have a cushion when you go to community college, because it's still like going to high school, except you don't have mom drop you off and it's not mandatory. And you have to like pick up the classes and do a lot more of the work yourself. So you learn those fundamentals from community college, in my opinion. The ability to manage your time and sort of take as many classes as you can handle with your schedule. You learn that by testing the waters with the cheaper classes at community college. Then you go to university, and then you hammer it out, because you know what you're going to do. Like, when I did it, so... Keep in mind, when I transferred into a program that was normally 5 years long, but with the amount of credits I already had, it would only be 3. And then I ended up switching programs, and I did one that was only 2. Though I would have done the 3-year one had they not fucking rejected my portfolio. But I'll prove them wrong yet! I am an illustrator! I'm better than you! No, I'm kidding. So what I would do is I went to university, and the first semester I did... What was it? I did Intro to Illustration. I did... Oh, this is killing me. Hold on. I can do this. I think I took... Oh, yeah, I took American Lit. Or not American Lit. It was American short story. It was a literature class. It was really good. I loved it. Oh, there was 2 more. Oh, this is killing me. Hold on, I know this. Did I take 2D Foundations that semester, and then I want to say I did an art history? Well, I know I did 2D Foundations, but what did I do after that? Fuse, my mom had to drop me off even though I had my driver's license. I wasn't on her insurance, and that shit was expensive. Oh, that's unfortunate. I got lucky. My mom had me on her insurance, so... to be fair, I have, at the time, for like 7 years, I drove a 2004 Hyundai Santa Fe that I literally just, like, a year? Was it only a year? I think it was a year ago. Got rid of because the gas tank rotted out and literally could not be repaired. And so they were like, just get rid of the car, dude. Like, you can't keep driving this thing. I was like, fine. I'll ditch my beautiful baby. Well, beautiful is a stretch. That thing was held together with tape and bits of string, but it got me where I needed to go for many, many years. Like, mid to end of high school, all the way through the end of my time at university, I drove that damn car. And it finally died on me. Rest in peace. It's actually in a YouTube video I uploaded, I think. You see it at one point or another. I think I sat in the trunk of it or something, part of it. Ah, good times. That car was crazy cool. Didn't have AC when I first got it. Anyway, I'm going on a rabbit trail. Point is, my first semester at university, I picked up a bunch of classes, and I was not prepared for how much work it was going to take to do all 4 of them. Because I think I did 4 my first semester, and it was too much. It was too much work to do 4. So after that, I dropped down to 3, and I could do 3. 4 classes was too much. 3 was manageable enough for me where I did it, and I didn't feel overwhelmed, and I had enough time to get other stuff done. And then what I did instead was I just took classes over the summer to fill up the gaps. I would take like 2 in the summer to give myself a little more free time. And then I would fill the gaps, and boom, I pulled it off. 2004? Oh my god, I was born in 2004. Also, your mom should have sold that car for scrap. We did sell that car for scrap. Actually, no, we donated it to a Cars for Veterans service, I think. Because what they'll do is they'll take cars and they'll like take any good parts out of them and like sort of scrap together a usable car and then give it to like a service vet from like the military, which I feel better about. It's like, the car has had its use. At least take the working parts out of it and give them to somebody who can use them. Because it did have stuff in it that was new. Like the brakes were redone before I bought it, so they were safe. And the engine was still solid, and like it got the AC fixed at some point along the line. So there you go. New car though is it's much better. It's like 16 years newer. Yeah, it's a baby. I love her. She's the best. But the new Fusemobile is much more comfy. It has seat warmers. I love it. Anyway, point is, if you can get work experience and still, you can do both, basically. I did both. And I am notorious for poor decision-making skills under pressure and time management skills. So, I mean, it's kind of my thing. I'm still a little sore about that. I don't know. Probably not a healthy thing to be, but I really hated... I was in the illustration program in university, and I got rejected from it twice. I took Intro to Illustration, I submitted my portfolio to move on to Illustration 2, and they told me no. So I spent the entire next semester waiting, and I redid a bunch of the pieces. I got all ready to go. I resubmitted my portfolio with a bunch of new art in it, a bunch of new work that I had done, and they rejected it again. And I was like, you guys fucking suck. So I just decided, okay, I'm not gonna do it. I can, however, I had a problem with staying on task and waiting until the last minute. Yeah, but like, that's everybody. Everybody does that a little bit. Like, I'll admit, the first portfolio I submitted, or no, one of the portfolios I submitted, I was up like very late at night doing that. It was very hard. I don't think I slept for 2 days working on some of that stuff. And I don't drink coffee, so it was very, very difficult. But, you have to learn to adapt. It's kind of the whole point. Anyway. It's, my problem was never intelligence or comprehension. I just needed to be reminded of things a lot. Well, that's fine. I think you probably... How many classes were you taking a semester in university is the better question. because being forgetful is human. You didn't have to push yourself that hard, bud. Believe me, I wanted to. I wanted to have a BFA. I got a BSA in the end, which is a Bachelor's of Science in Arts instead of a Bachelor's of Fine Arts. Which sucks, because I really wanted a Bachelor's of Fine Arts. But in the end, I mean, I ended up in the same position. I wonder if I could get through now. Like, the problem is I have to be enrolled there, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go re-enroll in school to go do that. But it would be neat if I could just put my portfolio in and be like, would you guys take me now? In uni, I took 12 hours. 12 credit hours. What is that? So that's... Fuck. Is that 4 classes? Is that 4 classes a semester? Or that's either 4 or 5, I think. Right? If one of your classes was only a single credit hour, and then one of them was 2 credit hours, that could be 5. In community college, I took 15 hours my freshman year, and sophomore I took 16. See, I realize that money is probably a reason that you take so many at once, because you're trying to bust them all out so that you don't have to take longer than you want to. But you burn yourself out that way, bud. You burn yourself out very easily. It's just the truth. You burn yourself out. You know, I've struggled a lot with that stuff in the past. It's very hard to do that. College is tough. The key to it is to learn how to balance yourself in a way that feels good. You know, in a way where you still feel good. Like, when I think my last semester at university that I was actually living there, because I didn't live there my actual last semester. My real last semester, I took 2 classes online and then I just finished up. You know, I was done. It was, what were my last 2 classes? It was like, film and editing or something like that. I took like 2 little like piddly widdly classes to finish up my bachelor's degree so that I could get it. Also, I took summer classes, Old Testament and New Testament survey. I got A's in both of those. Nice. I did. So when I started, at community college back in the day, I took about... How many classes did I take my first semester? Because while I was at community college, I worked the whole time. Or, wait, did I work the whole time? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did, because I was at Amazon when I started community college. So, I did, like, all your... Well, I didn't have to do all my gen eds. I only had to do math, science, and I had to take speech, which was silly, because I easily aced that class, because I was very much overqualified, and I told them, I was like, if you make me take that class, I'm going to... I don't need to take this. You can trust me, I don't need to take this. You can just pass the credit. And they were like, no, you have to take it. But, so I took some of those, but I think the first semester I was there, what did I take? The first thing I did when I went to university was... I took creative writing. Or no. Yeah, I took creative writing. I took... What was the other one? I took creative writing, one other class, and then... screenwriting, I think? Something like that. Like, I took a bunch of courses I really enjoyed, and then I moved up to, like, I did the art ones, and then I ended up changing my major and doing that, which was cool. But um, yeah, I've done tons of that stuff. I would say I don't know. It's hard because it's hard to for me to equate my experiences to yours. But yeah, you should. I don't know. If you're thinking about going for your bachelor's degree, I would suggest probably finding a way to do it where you don't have to stop. Because the longer you stop, the more hesitant you're going to be to start again. Like, I'm in that position now. There are classes I want to take, but I have a lot of excuses, I tell myself, where I'm like, oh, I won't go back right now. Like, I could take one of the days of work off, like if I did the Tuesday, Thursday classes, I could just drop my Tuesday shift at work, make less money for the week, but then I could go back to school and get one of those classes done. And hell, maybe I will do that in 2026. Maybe that's something I'll do. Not in the spring, but, well, maybe in the spring. We'll see. Maybe I will do it. Of course, I won't stream on Tuesdays then. Oh, no, I could actually still stream on Tuesdays. But, yeah, I could do Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But think about that, man. Because you're a smart guy. Can I tell you my mom's story about education? Feel free. Yeah. This is really hard. I can't think of what I want to draw for this. Maybe I'll do a laughing one. No, it doesn't feel epic enough for tier 3. I don't know what to do for tier 3. It's really hard. Typing out the lore right now. I can tell. I can feel it. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good idea. I like that. I can feel the lore drop incoming. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting for the lore. The Jordan Goodman lore drop. Where is it? Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woohoo! Oh, that's it. Perfect. It's a drawing tablet emote. I didn't even think about that. I saw a great example, so too late. Actually, Mariah brought that up. She said that was a good idea. Why did I not listen sooner? Took me a second, but I came up with one. I knew there was going to be a massive paragraph. My mom was raised by ignorant people, and she was taking care of younger cousins with their moms while they were in the 90s. She was 16. 4 of her cousins tragically died. During her senior year of high school, she had to miss school a lot because of the trial going on for it. However, she passed high school with a B, and in college she was free. She passed with A's. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've got family history with that. I'm like the third person in my family, I think, to graduate from college. So, I mean, plenty of people. It's like not super common for everyone to graduate, but it is a privilege for those of us who get to. This looks so weird. What is it like? Da 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 da. And I know what you mean, though. I've my family has experience in that regard too. Plenty of people do. It was different back in the day for school and stuff for people. You know, they didn't have as strict of regulations on it. For better or for worse. It just wasn't a thing that people cared as much about back in the day. Boop. Baba booey. Baba booey. But I know what you mean. That's the point. I know what you mean. But that is a crazy amount of stuff that happened to you and your family. I'm glad you made it out at the other side okay. Turned into a fine, upstanding young gentleman, my friend. But I still think that you should at least consider the option of going back to uni, because, I mean, I have known plenty of people. That's all I'll say, is in my day, I have known plenty of people who have said they're going to go back, and then they never do. And I would hate for you to be one of them, because you seem very smart. But it is, at the end of the day, your life and your choice. And we in this community will support you no matter what. Are you serious? Ah! Mods! Annihilate him! If you can see that. I think you can. You should be able to. This is the perfect tier 3 emote. I found it. I did it. The drawing emote. Let's go! I had to do it eventually. I guess there are no mods here. I'll do it myself. Fine. I'll do it myself. Listening to my jams, my tunes, as I doodle away and create some absolutely banger emotes for you guys to enjoy in chat. Well, this one's technically not gonna be enjoyable in chat, because you're not a tier 3 sub. But for anybody who will one day become a tier 3 sub, there you go. You get access to this final sub emote. Which I think looks great. It's perfect for tier 3. It caps off all of the cool stuff we've done with this project so far. I think this one Mariah's gonna like a lot. Hell, I might put this in tier 1 just so that the tier. Well, I might. We'll see. Wait, let me look at the tier 1s real quick. I could make the 6th emote this and then put Rage as the tier 3 emote. We'll see. Because I like this one a lot. This one's adorable. But I don't want nobody to be able to use it, so I'm like, oh, do I change what tier it's for? A little tiny art pen with the nib. And we grab this. Boop. Oh, that's cute, dude. Why is he so adorable? It's gotta be this. He's so cute. Ah! There he is! Ah, there he is! There's my favorite white boy! There he is! There's my favorite white boy! Oh, my schlatt heads. Well, I guess everyone's gone now, which sucks, but... ah, well. Still nice to have Jordan Goodman in here for a little bit. This one's adorable. I love it. Bum 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 bum. Bunka 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 gum. Skippity bop boop bow. Boppity bow. Skippity toilet riz. Lur bow. Bow bow. Bonk. I didn't include the jacket on all of them, but I did include the headphones on more than I usually do, so... and that's because for Fuses here, he wears headphones. It's just a thing. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Get the hair color in here. Bum, 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 bum. I think this will be one of the things I put on my Instagram as like a commission advertisement. Is like, hey, I do Twitch emotes. BTW. Check them out. They're pretty cute. Come buy some. Because I think my dream, long term, would be able to do this stuff for you guys. Like, not just art or gaming or both, but like more creatively fulfilling stuff full time. That is the dream. And it's crazy to think that there are people that get that and then they're like, yeah, I want to stop. Like, I get that you don't want to be famous all the time, but I could never stop being Fuse. At least for right now. Like, this is the best part of my life. The people I'm friends with as Fuse are the people that I love the most in my life. The people that I, you know, care about the most. The people that I think about all the time. You know, you guys are like the people. So it's just crazy to me to think about that there are people out there that are like, yeah, you know, I like being a content creator, but honestly, I don't want to do it forever. Like, I feel like I wouldn't really stop being a content creator and go get another job. Like, that doesn't feel like a thing. Like, if I was able to do this full-time, I feel like I would do this full-time and then one day, like, full-on retire from, like, everything. Not just from content creation, from, like, working in general. I would just give up. I'd just be like, no, I'm done. I'm good. Like if I was to ever pull the plug like that, it wouldn't be to get another job. It would be like, oh, you know, I have a new creative pursuit that I'm pursuing. Or something to that effect. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't get it, but, like, for me, that's just how I feel, is like, this is kind of like what I've always wanted, so why would I want to stop, you know? Like, why would I want to go do something else? And yet there are plenty of people that do. They're just like, yeah, I'm done, I want to go do something else. It's just been on my mind lately, you know? Like, this idea that so many of these guys, these, like, old guard YouTubers that I watched growing up are like, yeah, I'm thinking about retiring. And then you look up how old they are, and they're, like, in their late 30s. And you're like, dude, what? Like, it could not be me. It couldn't. I refuse categorically to be that guy. Like, in my mid-30s, sure, I might not be as popular anymore as a content creator, but, like, if I was as big as someone like MatPat, and this is nothing against the guy, I like him, but, well, he's older than his mid-30s. He might be early 40s now. Now that I think about it. But still, I couldn't just stop. Cold turkey, go on to some greener pasture, you know? Unless I was, like, making my own video game, or, like, making my own movie, or something like that, where it was consuming so much of my time that I was like, well, this is more important than being a streamer or making videos, you know? Then I would be like, yeah, okay, time to pull the plug. But, like, until that point, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep doing this. Maybe I like you guys too much. But I enjoy being Fuse. Like, Fuse is who I like to be. He's the me that I enjoy being. I'm still here. I'm cooking ultra fried chicken with spicy nacho cheese dip. Holy shit, that sounds awesome. I'm hungry now. But yeah, Fuse is the me I like to be. So, I don't know. When I think about creators retiring, that always weirds me out, because I'm like, how could you retire from, like, the greatest thing, in my opinion, that I've ever done? How could you want out? You know? I want in, bro. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe it's because I haven't gotten in yet that I don't know what out tastes like, I guess. I don't know. I've been thinking about that because I've seen a lot of creators over the past like year or two like dip out into the ether, and I'm like, you know, why would you do that, like, and not have something bigger on the horizon? For me, I like that's my thing, is it's always like I want something more. It's why I want to grow this brand. It's why I enjoy being like in the Fuse mindset. I enjoy being like in that content creator mindset. I enjoy it. It's fun. Is there a point where it stops being fun, I wonder? Like, you know, is there a point where a person goes, you know, I just really don't vibe with being online like this anymore, and then they stop wanting to be that person. They stop wanting to carry that persona, that mantle around. Because I could understand that, I guess. You know, there is a lot of pressure involved there. Oh, hey, Cat! Welcome back! I'm finishing up what might be the tier 3 sub emote. Might just become a regular emote, to be honest with you. Nice to see you, my friend. Nice to see you as well. I haven't gotten to pop in, but I get notified for your streams all the time. They're like right before I go to work, and I'm always like, damn it! Or like right before I have to get on a call. With like a client or something. But I swear one of these days I'm gonna be there. How you been? How's things going? Okay, so now I need like a light blue, like this color, and I want to do a gradient, foreground to transparent. I want it to be circular, and I want to go like that. Ugh. Well, I'm starting to stream in the mornings to stay busy. My cat passed away a week ago. Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know how tough that must be. Well, I haven't personally had to deal with that, but I'm very attached to my cats, so. Maybe linear would look better. Yeah. Linear works better. Blur. I need the black background on. Oh, that looks good, dude. Yeah, boy. She was dead in front of me. I never cried so hard in all my life. I was very upset. I can imagine. Keep doing everything I can think to keep busy. Yeah, it was sad. Dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. My aunt had a cat pass away recently, and it was very hard. She adopted a new kitten afterwards. He's adorable. But yeah, it was very sad because they had that cat for a long, long time. So I kind of understand what you mean. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Let's clean up the line art. I like this one. This one's cute. Boop. Bam. That's the real shit right there. Boop. Bam. Gonna add this one. Had chicken yesterday, but I was so sick with the flu. I'm still recovering for that. Ugh, that sucks. I love that too. Is a shy away. I hate. Everybody's getting sick lately. It sucks. Um. You know what? I'm gonna move this one out. I'm gonna put it at tier 3 instead. And then I'm gonna put this one in tier 1, or in follower. Put this guy in tier 1. And I'm putting you in follower. Because it's one of my new favorites. And I want you guys to have access to it. Hold on. I changed my mind. Put that back. Put this in tier 1. Bamf. There. They're all done. All of the tier 1 through 3 emotes are done. Chat, check this out. I'm so excited to do this. So, yep, I'm stuck with a cast of 20 characters. I was gonna get rid of my... Wait, hold on. I was gonna get rid of my magical boys, but my friends were like, keep them, we want conflict in relationships. So, yeah, I'm stuck with a cast of 20 characters. Bruh. I feel that. So, this is the new one. Personally, quite fond of it. And then this is the ads one that we did before, earlier in the stream. Personally, I think both of those turned out really good. Very happy with both. So yeah. I think I'm gonna save here. Oh wait, first, let me get rid of all these excess that we don't need. And we'll save here, yeah. Bam. That turned out well. The drawing emote might be my favorite, though. That one's cute. I like it a lot. Yeah, you know what? I think... one of you guys needs to make a character to go with Rex, my Rattlesnake OC. Perhaps sometime. I have some drawing stream ideas once we get done with all the rebrand stuff that I might do. But for now, the GOAT is gonna call it a night. So thank you all so much for watching today's stream. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a follow if you haven't already. And sub if you want some of these brand new emotes. Up to tier 3, there's a bunch of new ones, so just saying. And if you're watching on YouTube, hi. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And yeah, thank you to everyone who's followed lately. We're almost at 300 followers. So, you know, if we can get 2 more people before the end of the year, I would honestly be really, really happy to be able to say we got like 100 new followers in a year. Because I think we got to 200 right at the end of last year. So it'd be dope to be like, oh, wow, you know, 100 people. That's cool. I think that's cool. I don't know. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. And have a wonderful day today. Because you guys deserve it. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys. I don't know why the clown music started right as I did my outro. Kind of fitting.